What's up, guys? It's your boy Chaotic, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the latest and greatest from Redmagic, the Redmagic 7 Supernova. Now, this is one of 3 models. The other 2 models are basically the cheaper and more affordable versions of this, while this is the high-end model that they're currently releasing to the global market. But man, does this thing exceed my every expectation of a phone, especially coming from the Redmagic 6 Pro. I didn't expect to have such a gaming beast in my hand. I already thought the 6 Pro was amazing. This one is the chef's kiss of a phone. But before we get into my opinions, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the specs that this thing holds. This thing has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 CPU, 18 gigs of RAM, which is absolutely insane, right? 256 gigs of storage, an RGB cooling fan that you guys can see here if you look at the bottom of my screen, and it also contains an upgraded cooling system with a new exhaust type of system here. Kept the 2 ventilation holes at the top and the bottom, but it's much quieter than before. Much quieter. It no longer has that humming sound whenever you are using the fan. It also keeps the 165 hertz screen refresh rate, but the difference between this one and the Redmagic 6 Pro is that this is a 6.8 AMOLED display, which allows me to play at various viewing angles without losing that color reproduction, and it just pops. The colors pop from the screen. They kept the dual shoulder triggers, which is great. They somehow a bit smoother than before. When I just slightly tap it, it reacts just fine. It's incredible. It also has a 65-watt air-cooled quick charging system. So when you're charging your phone, it kicks the fan on so that your phone stays cool while charging at a fast speed. And this thing also keeps the headphone jack, which is great for latency-free sound. So if you're a high-end gamer that plays games like Call of Duty Mobile, Apex Legends Mobile, PUBG Mobile, and you want to keep the latency-free sound and voice chat system, you have a headphone jack here, which is great. Now, this phone can be found for $799 off of the Redmagic website. There are also 2 other models that I mentioned earlier. The Obsidian model, which has 12 gigs of RAM, which is still great, with 128 gigs of storage, and it's priced at $629. While the Pulsar model, which is the middle model of all of these, the Pulsar has 16 gigs of RAM. Jeez, these phones are getting insane. And 256 gigs of storage, priced at $729. But like I said, this is the Supernova model, the best of the best that they have at this current time. And man, this is a beast. I released a video earlier showcasing the gaming performance coming from this thing. And keep in mind that it was connected to this dock that essentially copies what's on the screen and reproduces that for my stream. So whatever I record using this, it locks it to 60 to 90 frames per second depending on the game, and that's essentially all I have to work with. Now this thing, like I said, can go up to 165 frames per second for your games, and surprisingly, any game that I've ran, with the exception of Guardian Tales, for some reason that game cannot keep anything higher than 90 frames per second, with sometimes peaking up to 120, but it doesn't stay there. It's the only game I had trouble with, but every other game that I ran on this thing literally ran locked at 60, locked at 90, or it would kind of dip up and down between 120 frames per second and lower. I wasn't able to find any games that ran at 165 frames per second, but that's not an issue. The only thing that I kind of ran into when using this phone was a lot of games simply doesn't support this device. League of Legends Mobile was a great example of this. I can't seem to activate the 90 frames per second or 120 frames per second modes on that device, but it does stay locked at 60. If you're a content creator, or you simply just like to play mobile games on the go, or hell, you just want to have a gaming device that can eat any game that comes out on the mobile market, this is the phone for you. This is reasonably priced. With everything that this thing can do, the spec sheet is immaculate. Immaculate. I didn't have any problems with the battery. Keep in mind, as a content creator, I do leave it connected to this dock most of the time, but whenever I am on the go, I play for about 30 minutes to an hour, and I don't see any issues having to connect this thing to a dock. Once again, the games that I've played could have a different time frame as to how long it takes before this thing needs a charge. Like I listed, I've played a lot of games on this phone, and I've never ran into any power issues. I went to California literally just last week, and this is literally the perfect companion for playing games on the plane or playing games in an airport. I was able to just simply sit back and enjoy my games without having to charge the phone at all. Just to sum things all up, this phone is the best phone that I literally have ever held in my hands. I'm so happy that I managed to get my hands on this thing. Thank you, Redmagic, for sending me this device and allowing me to use this on my streams so that everyone can continue to see how far mobile gaming has gone. And this phone itself will help showcase some of the best games that are on the market. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that little update on how amazing this phone is. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions related to the Redmagic 7 Supernova in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to this channel. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.